Om Shanti. The words of being a soul, point of energy, tiny point, center of the forehead. When I think like that, I'm focusing on some very pure and beautiful energy, which is my own energy. When I learn to sit in meditation and focus as much as possible in that way, I'm restoring my inner strength and my inner power. Then I'm finished my meditation and I go off into my life, my world. But when I begin to see that the way I think has a huge impact on every aspect of me, when I think in a very spiritual, powerful way, seeing this energy, how it works, then it's very healthy for me. It's healthy for me physically. It's healthy for me emotionally. It's healthy for me mentally. Healthy for me spiritually. It affects me in a very powerful way because that way of thinking is a very high energy and it makes me strong. And it's good for the energy patterns I use and create now with that way of thinking for my life. However, we do have the other way. These are very big habits, the energy habits of the other way, the doubt and the sadness and the annoyance and all the different things that I can get. A bit depressed, a bit fed up, angry, confused. All of these things are there. Fearful, disappointed, worried, they're all there. And they're going to keep coming over and over and over again. They're going to keep coming over and over. They're not going to stop because we know how to use energy in a very positive way. But then it's up to me to do my best to make an energy pattern, to remind myself, to do my best to come away as quickly as possible from that and put in something more reassuring for the self and positive for the self and helpful for others. So I begin to transform those energy patterns that were taking me down into a very low energy, which is not healthy for my body, not healthy for my mind, not healthy for my emotions, not healthy for my mental energy, not healthy for my spiritual energy. So I learned to realize this is not good for me or my interactions, but they're very strong habits. However, they're weak energy, and the new energy is very powerful energy. So it's in each one's fortune, make your own fortune, what you do for yourself by reminding yourself to keep as positive as possible. And you'll start to develop within yourself strength and well-being. And you'll begin to like this way of thinking and interacting because we can only bring you happiness. But you see, the happiness isn't coming just through something that you ordered on the web and it comes the next day, or the big gift of flowers or something. It's not going to happen like that. You're going to have to do it through reminding yourself and gathering that energy and actually treasuring your own worth, your own strength, your own power, your own possibilities. You're full of possibilities. You've opened a door of possibility for yourself. And if you go away and do your best to think of it, even though everything out there is now going to pull you into the big colourful scenario of physical life that we're used to, we can't not live that, but watch and be careful of the way you're thinking and how you're going to get pulled into feeling a low energy. Do everything you can. Keep your spirits high. Because now you have the method, you definitely have the method. All you've got to do is practice it. And it is actually easy once you get going, you can get on a roll. And once you're on a roll, keep on it. You will get daunted, you will get tripped up, you will feel you fall flat on your face, but that's okay, just get up and get started again. You just keep going, knowing the experience will tell you over and over that this is good for you, this is better for you. You're developing something in you that resonates as being right. So this power of meditation is very powerful. Focus on the source of that strength. And over in meditation, when I see myself as a soul, and I remember the soul that is always full of those energies, focusing and remembering and thinking in that way, it's a very rich experience for us. We often say that through Raj Yoga meditation you get health, wealth and happiness. And so you get healthy, spiritually you get healthy, and you get wealthy through the wealth of the understanding of that energy, how it is powerful for you. And happiness comes from feelings of well-being, and also knowing that you're useful for others. So you begin to make a difference in the world. It's your energy signal. Whether you do send out good, whether you do a good thing or not a good thing, it's been recorded on their energy. And that's how it is that at some point or other you will receive back whatever you've put out. So we actually get away with nothing. Whatever we put out comes back to us. Be it something good or be it something not so good, it will come back to us. Because there's nowhere else for it to go. The signal comes back to the one that sent it out. So I think it's very heartening. I felt this thing about sending out good wishes to be like, oh, wow, this is wonderful. Because instead of being so sad over something that's happening, if you keep being sad, you're not doing the situation any good. If you can start to put in something quite uplifting and thankful and helpful and useful and understanding, you're actually lifting up whatever it is that's occurred. Or we need strength to think like this, and the strength does come through meditation, but we've not been thinking like this, we've been thinking like this. And now to return to this original way of knowing that I am the energy and train myself to think from there and to sit remembering there is another energy full of all that strength and all that power. And that power and that strength is ready to pour onto me whenever I think about it. Because somehow I connect when I think of that one, and that one picks up my signal. That energy has every one of our signals. So it's almost like a big phone centre and recognises the signals that are trying to reach and responds. It isn't really a hit or miss, it's very definite. It's a very definite energy, a self-ruler by knowing how to handle who you are. I am a soul, I'm a being of light, and my original nature is peaceful. Shanti.
Creating inner space. Taking just a minute, I move away from the bustle and chatter of my mind, and with a determined thought, I create a space for silence within. I create and hold a feeling of harmony, a feeling of peace within this space. Each second, each thought, drop by drop, gradually expands till this inner space becomes a reservoir of tranquility. Now, whenever I wish, with a thought, drop by drop, I can create this tranquil pool and find release from every tension. Remembering. Taking just a minute, I sit quietly and reflect on who I am, who I really am. I begin to remember, begin to feel the original goodness, an intrinsic positivity that somehow had been forgotten. In the quietness, remembering this original spiritual selfhood, peace and respect begin to flow. Feeling restored, rejuvenated, I return, recharged to the outer world of sound and action.